ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. So welcome to today's talk. I'll go through the topic in just a minute, but thank you again to everybody for coming today. It's quite cool to see the Sangha that comes every single Thursday for these talks. I was speaking to Baban Singh earlier, and it's quite interesting because I think these regular slots started when we did the WhyGuru course here about 2 years ago, right? So I see quite a few familiar faces as well from the WhyGuru course. Parchar as well now does the Chadi Seva. Back then he'd be putting the chairs out in the main hall. So it's nice to see how the Sangat has grown since there, and still consistent doing this every single week. And it's great because you guys get to take laha from all the great speakers that come down as well. What we're going to start doing now going forward is that pretty much every single week, hopefully Guru Kirpa Karan, we'll also live stream the talks. So now on basis of Sikhi, we'll live stream them every single week. So if for some reason you can't make it, or there was a fantastic talk and you listen to it again, or you missed a certain part, then you can go onto our YouTube channel and you can check that out again and you can watch that. So make sure you guys do that going forward. So today's topic that I'm going to be speaking about is Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj. Okay, so it's quite funny because I live in London, as you can tell from my lovely accent, right? So, coming up to Birmingham takes a bit of time, 2 hours. So whenever Baban Singh has asked me in the past to do a talk, I'm like, I'm too busy, I've got too many things on, it's too far. And then this time he finally lured me into doing a talk, and I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. But then luckily, Sikh calendar is Guru Amar Das Ji's Prakash Purv yesterday. And I thought, you know what? Let's do a talk on Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj. And interestingly, especially my journey into Sikhi, Guru Amar Das Ji played a big role. I'll say, of course, I wouldn't say, of course we say all the Gurus are equal, but I think sometimes, one of us may have a better connection to one Guru. For me, that's Guru Ram Das Ji. I really connect to the history. And obviously, Guru Amar Das Ji was Guru Ram Das Ji's Guru. And the story of Guru Amar Das Ji is such a beautiful story as well. But if you guys read Gurban, you heard any lines from Gurban. There's a very famous one, Sahib Mera Neet Nava, Sada Sada Datar. Right? That my master is always new, every single day. Meaning that even if you heard the same story again, if you heard the same Shabad again, there's always a different way to interpret that story, or there's always a different Sikh, a different teaching that we can get from that story. So when it comes to Guru Amar Das Ji, I've been doing talks for the past, I'll say 7 years, and I've used these stories many times. So I thought to myself, what can I take from these stories different this time? Because you guys may have already heard the stories of Guru Amar Das. You might have been in the WhyGuru course. You might be watching their channel basis of Sikhi, or listening to other speakers. So some key themes I want to take out of this talk today when it comes to Guru Amar Das Ji was time/life, right? Because if you look at Guru Amar Das Ji, they came into Sikhi very late in their life, right? Darshan of the Guru, which refers to coming and seeing your Guru. How important is that? And do we have that kind of relationship with our Guru? Or we come and see our Guru all the time? Do we come once a month? Do we come just on a Thursday now, which is fantastic. If you've got that name, you can say that routine where every single Thursday I know that I'm going to the Gurdwara Sahib and I'm going to Matha Tek, I'm going to sit and listen to Rehra Sahib. It was nice when I came here, there was Sangat here from the time of Rehra Sahib. So that's like a routine now. Every Thursday, Rehra Sahib, Kirtan, some tasty langar. If there's kheer in the langar that day, it's a good day, right? And then you come for the talk, right? So darshan of the Guru, slander, nindya as well. The idea of being not just, because a lot of times we talk about doing nindya, but what about being on the receiving end of nindya, right? And actually, was Guru Amar Das Ji, did anybody slander Guru Amar Das Ji as well when they would do seva? Because a lot of times we may have found that when we do seva, that somebody doesn't want us to do seva, right? And the same thing happened with Guru Amar Das Ji in some sort of way, and hard times as well, right? Because we all have hard times, we all have struggles. Doing this seva as well, we get to meet many people, and unfortunately, people do struggle in their jivan, in their spiritual path, walking this path of Sikhi, especially when people start to keep their hair, when they start to change the circles they're around, and then maybe after a couple of years, they start second guessing themselves. Should I still do this? Is Sikhi for me? Maybe I want to cut my hair now. It could be anything. It could just be a personal struggle. It might not be that I'm going to live Sikhi, but we can learn from Guru Amar Das Ji's life that, how many years did it endure hardship? Right, so we endure hardship for maybe a day, a week, a year. Which again, I'm not here to judge. I appreciate people's difficulties, people's struggles can be hard, but when we sometimes normalize, that's a very key word there, normalize struggle, and realize that loads of people struggle, they've been for the same struggles as me, then maybe that can help us understand, what? This is normal. It's normal to struggle. It's normal to go through hard times for a long period of time, but whenever there's a storm, there's always a sunny day, right? Meaning that always the bad times will pass and there will be good times as well. As we can learn from anybody's story, especially our Gurus' itihas as well. So those are the 4 things. There's a lot of new faces here today, which is good because I always use the same part in every talk I do in Guru Amar Das Ji. But this is what Birmingham looks like every time I come to Birmingham, right? You're not going to like me because I keep cussing up north. If you go to London, London's nice and sunny, right? So whenever I make my Benji's like, no. Whenever I drive up to Birmingham, it starts sunny. When I get on the M40, which is the best motorway to go on, right? Because when you see that no speed limits apply, there are restrictions, and then you can just drive a little bit faster, stay in the speed limits. The clouds start to appear, and then when you get here, it's raining all the time. Okay, so I'll make a lot of jokes, but I'll try and tone it down a little bit. But the point is that, when it's raining outside and it's windy and it's stormy, our mood might be affected. We think, what, I'm not going to go out, I'm going to stay indoors, right? Now, if we were to go back many, many years ago, where there wasn't cars, public transport, right? You had to walk everywhere, right? So imagine going out in a storm, it must have been difficult. Even today, it's sad to say, but a lot of the times our Guru is so close to us. Even here, we're privileged in the Midlands to have a Gurdwara in so many places. We're so lucky. But how many times do we go and see our Guru? So again, back to the start, darshan of the Guru. How many times do you go and see Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj and sit in their company? Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, for 12 years, served Guru Angad Dev Ji every single day, without missing a single day. No matter if there was a storm outside, whether it was cold, if anybody's been to India, in like November, December time, even January, in the mornings it's really cold, and there's different type of cold to here, right? That really gets to your bones, right? When it's cold, and if you, especially in India, when it rains here, it rains, you know, on and off, right? In India, when it rains properly, and you get soaked, right? When I was in February, we went to India, and as soon as it started spitting, the rain started falling, just really fast, right? Imagine Guru Amar Das Ji every single day for 12 years, no matter what the weather it was, they would go and serve Guru Angad Dev Ji, who was their Guru, the second Guru. Guru Amar Das Ji is the third Guru, if you didn't know that, right? And a shabad that always comes to mind to me, and this is kind of what kicks me out of bed or makes me think, no, I need to go and see my Guru. Very famous shabad that I hold close to my heart is a Chakhara Chagi Miho Varse Pi Guru Dekhna Jai. So Chakhara Chagi Miho Varse refers to the rain, the storm, this craziest weather. Pi Guru Dekhna Jai. Fairly, even then, the Sikh will go and see their Guru. Samundar Sagar Hove Bahokara, that you could have a massive ocean in front of you. They say Guru Sikh along, Guru Pehajai, the Guru Sikh will still cross over that ocean to go and see their Guru. Right? So when I think about that, I think of Guru Amar Das Ji. Right? And look at that relationship that Guru Amar Das Ji would always go have darshan of the Guru. And that is something, if we just took something away from today, that one thing could be, spend more time with your Guru. Go to the Gurdwara Sahib. If you go once a week, try to go twice a week. Try to go 3 times a week. But if we're living in this area, and more often than not, we probably drive past a Gurdwara Sahib every single day, why can't we just pop in for 5 minutes? Just do Matha Tek, say Fateh, sit down and just be in the Guru's presence. Just tell him about your day. Right? Because of course we can go home and we can watch our different series. You might still watch EastEnders, I don't watch anymore, but it's still, Ben's like, nah, not anymore. Right, since, you know, that person, that storyline, it's over, right? 20 years, yeah, for me it's about 10, right? If I still watching, I'm like, oh, this person's back, right? Some of these crazy stories, right? Chalo, I'm not trying to go too off topic, but the point is that we have time for everything else, but can we make that time for a Guru? Not even that, I'm not asking you to do so much, but even just 5 minutes coming to seeing the Guru. So that was the first thing that I thought about. And another famous, Hanji.
Sorry,
yes.
One of the speakers a few weeks ago mentioned about coming to Gurukar and not making it a ritual.
Yeah.
So, but he wasn't able to expand that particular day, so that was for another maybe.
Hmm.
It's not contradictory.
Yeah.
There's a fine line there.
That's a great question. By the way, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, you know, within the talk as well. And any questions are great questions. So Benji's talking about not making it a ritual, right? So that's a great point. The way I look at it is that we want to build a relationship with our Guru. Just like how every single day, let's just say if anybody's married in this room, you're going to speak to your partner every single day. Well, unless obviously there's a reason that you've gone away, we've got a big fight, you don't want to talk for a while, right? But, you know, most of the time, Singh started laughing like, yeah, I know, right? But every single day we'll speak to our partner because it's a relationship. It's a loving relationship. And that is what we want to build with our Guru. That every single day, I want to go and see my Guru. I want to spend time with my Guru. I can't not see my Guru, right? So like when we start to read Guru Bani and start to listen to it, the hearts, we understand the relationship that a Sikh had with the Guru. We understand the relationship the Guru had with the next Guru to come. Right? So like a very famous line that I was going to mention later on, that really stuck out to me as well. Main bin Guru dekhe, neend na aave. You guys heard that before? It means, main means me, main Guru bin dekhe, without seeing my Guru, neend na aave. I cannot sleep. Now that's not a ritual now. Right? In terms of anything else that people talk about, the nitty-gritty, being honest with you, I don't get into it. The reason why I don't get into it is because even if somebody came to the Gurdwara Sahib and they didn't take nothing away in terms of teachings, there was still a difference in going there. And there's so many Itihasic references to that. I'll give you another one, it links to it. Someone called Gyani Pritam Singh Ji. You may not know, they may know of them. They passed away about a month ago. They were the Lakhari, the writer of Sandhi and Guru Bachan Singh Ji. A great scholar, right? Did so many lehers, like waves of Parchar across the UK and Europe, so many Amrit Sanchars, part of the Panj Pyare, right? Gyani Pritam Singh Ji, once I went to see them years ago. They ripped me anyway, they told me off for a lot of things. But they say one thing to me. It comes in Japji Sahib. Nadari Karam Pavai Nisan. Comes at the end of Japji Sahib. Nadari Karam means Kirpa Drishti, glance of grace. Pavai Nisan. Whenever we walk into the darbar of the Guru, we look at the Guru, right? Hopefully, right? We're not looking around seeing my mates here, right? Or look for the prasad. When we walk in, we look at the Guru. But is the Guru a book? Guru Sahib Ji is not a book, right? Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji is WhyGuru. Guru Granth Sahib Ji is a living Guru. Guru Granth Sahib Ji, I will not refer to Guru Granth Sahib Ji as it. That's my own personal shraddha, my own faith. I see Guru Granth Sahib Ji as a living Guru. Just 1 second, Ji, and I'll come to you in a second. So, if we are looking at the Guru, who is the Guru looking at? Who is the Guru looking at? Us. Right? So even if we look at the Guru and we think, oh, you know, there's nothing in my head. My Guru is looking at me, and every time my Guru looks at me, Nadari Karam Pavani San, they're always blessing me. Their Kirpa Drishti, their glance of grace is always falling upon me. So whether, you know, because that's why I never get into the whole ritual stuff, because for me, anybody who comes to the Guru's home, they never leave empty-handed. Right? It doesn't have to be physically, that can mean spiritually as well, right? So whoever said that, I can understand the reason for saying that. I'm not saying it's wrong, but personally, I never get into that vichar. And the way I've been guided by Guru Sikhs is, don't even go down that road. Because there's certain things we can't even see that we can never understand. But that's that. Is that okay, Benji? Tika ji. So that's when it comes to the idea of ritual. Again, the main point though, is build your relationship with the Guru, that I can't go a day without seeing my Guru. Right? Just like we can't go a day without eating. We can't go a day without sleeping. We can't go a day without drinking water or our different relationships. Why should it be any different to the Guru? Certain Guru Sikhs will not even eat without seeing their Guru. Right? It's their name. Jap to pehla, before we do our Nitnem in the morning, we shouldn't eat nothing. Our first food is Gurbani. Our first food in that respect is going to see my Guru. That's going to fill me up. That's going to keep me full. Right? Hanji Vaiguru ji.
Basically, I'm confused now. Because you say you go see your Guru.
Yeah.
But in the Mool Mantra, we say Akal Murta. That means say you can't see with your eyes.
Hanji.
Yeah, not Akal Murta. So now, define that.
So Bhai Sahib's question is that you're saying go and see your Guru, but in Mool Mantra it says Akal Murat, which means that WhyGuru Ji's form is Akal. So it depends on the arth. So Akal means without death. Akal means without time. But then if you look in Sukhmani Sahib, Sargun, Niragun, Nirankar, Sunna Samadhi Aap. Niragun Aap, Sargun Pi Ohi. Maharaji is Niragun Ate Sargun. Niragun Aap, Sargun Pi Ohi. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, when they spoke to Bhai Nand Lal Ji, they said, Teen Roop hai mohe ko. I have 3 roops. Sargun, Niragun Ate Gur Shabad. So Maharaji is not just Niragun, the one that we cannot see. They're also Sargun, but they're also Guru Shabad. So we cannot say WhyGuru Ji is somebody that we can't just see. We can see WhyGuru. They have many forms.
Outside.
What do you mean by outside, sorry?
With your eyes.
Yes, of course. Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Padagat Gura ki de. That is the Padagat. Aap Maharaj Ji keh rahe ne, Padagat Gura ki de. Padagat means manifest, right there in front of you. Gura ki de, that is the body. Hanji. There's many different arts that we can do. Of course, some people believe that on one side we cannot see them. So then what does that mean then?
I've been reading a question, this question, right?
Yeah.
The other day, I'll come to this good morning, Prabhati Mahala Tija, Ek Omkar Sandar Prasad. The Gurprasad di Vek tu. Gurprasad means Gurbani Sahib Gurprasad.
Hanji.
कहता हर मंदिर तेरा है नाल.
Hanji.
कहता तेरा हर मंदिर जो है ना तेरे नाल हमेशा.
Of course, yeah.
है ना? हर मंदिर सब दे खोजिए. हर नामो लहया सुमार. ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾਮ ਨਾ ਸਮਾਰਨਾ
Of course.
ਹਨਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹਰਮੰਦਰ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਹਿਰਦਾ ਹੈ।
Of course.
ਉਹ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਮੂਰਤ ਵੇਖਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਵਿੱਚ
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਮੈਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਸਮਝ ਗਿਆ ਮੈਂ
Yeah.
so this is, when you say that we could see with eyes, that doesn't say that when I read all these.
But that's just one. I just gave you one where it does say that.
WhyGuru, just a
Hanji.
it's a great question. If we could keep questions to the end.
Yeah, we could do it. I was going to say that anyway, but I appreciate. But we can't just take one shabad and say, okay, that is everything. There's many other shabads that say something else. They're not contradicting. Another thing is that it depends on the avastha of the individual, the spiritual state. Right? Of course, everything. Gurbani speaks to everybody in different ways. Gurbani, even when Guru said he spoke to the Hindus, when they spoke to the Muslim on, Gurbani is speaking to everybody. But we can pick that up afterwards. G. Anyway, I appreciate that. So again, the idea of coming to see our Guru, and that was something very important, right? And just to kind of build upon that last point, then we move on, because I always do this. I start talking, and then time starts to run out quickly. When Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj Ji used to be in their physical form when they used to in Sri Khadur Sahib, the Sikhs would come and visit Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj, and the history goes is that every single morning Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj would come to the Dharamsala. So like, you know, today we come to the Gurdwara. Dharamsala was like the name that was given then, right? A place of righteousness where people come to practice meditation, do satsang like we're doing today. And what would happen was that the Kirtan would happen. Guru Angad Dev Ji would sit on their throne, and Guru Angad Dev Ji would keep their eyes closed. Okay, the whole time Guru Sahib's eyes were closed, just like when we listen to Kirtan, you know, our eyes might be closed unless we're reading the shabads on the board, right? And what would happen is that, you know, who's ever listened to Kirtan here and they get tears in their eyes? Ever happened to anybody? Right? So Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj Ji would have these tears in their eyes of Anand, of Bairag, right? And the Sangat would sit there and they would listen to the Kirtan, and the way it's written is that when Guru Angad Dev Ji would open their eyes, so it says, when the sun would rise, Guru Angad Dev Ji's beautiful eyes, like lotus flowers, like the petals of a lotus flower, had a blossom. They say, Kamala Bilochana Sundara Bigasahe, that Guru Sahib's eyes would blossom open, and they say, whoever looked at Guru Angad Dev Ji at that time, right, whoever had darshan of Guru Angad Dev Ji at that present moment, Prathama Drishta Jisa Parataba Pare, wherever Guru Angad Dev Ji looked first, Rogi Rog, Dukhi Dukha Hare, wherever Guru Angad Dev Ji looked, their glance of grace, it goes back to that point earlier, right? Whoever had Rog, whoever had any Dukh, Hare means Nash Hoya, it was destroyed. That wherever Guru Angad Dev Ji looked, Rogi Rog, Dukhi Dukha Hare. So when I interpret that, because Guru Angad Dev Ji is still here today in the form of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, that whenever Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji is Prakash in the morning, who's ever been to Prakash in the morning? Who does not know what I mean by Prakash? Okay, so when we go to the, if anybody ever goes to the Gurdwara in the morning, it depends on the Gurdwara you go to, but let's just say 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, 3, 4 in some Gurdwara, they'll bring Guru Granth Sahib Ji from Sachkhand down, and the Guru Sahib Ji then sits on the, the Manji Sahib, Takht Sahib there, and they do Prakash, right? We don't use the word open, but I'll just use it here. They'll open Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, right? At that time. And they'll read shabads like Soka Hotal Guru Seviya, Ahenis Sahaj Sabai, Darsana Parisya Guru Ke, Janam Marana Dukha Jai. Right? Darsana Parisya Guru Ke. By having darshan of the Guru, Janam Marana Dukha Jai. Right? Or Tudda Ditthe Sache Paat Saha. Tudda Ditthe means by seeing you, Sache Paat Saha, Mala, Mal means dirt, Janam Janam Di Katti hai. All my many lives of dirt are washed away. Right? So more references there to just seeing the Guru. Tudda Ditthe Sache Paat Saha. Mala Janam Janam Di Katti hai. The all my mal is washed away just by seeing you. So for me, when I think of Guru Sahib becoming Prakash, I think about Guru Angad Dev Ji's eyes opening at that time and me being blessed with Guru Angad Dev Ji's darshan in the form of Guru Granth Sahib Ji now. Right? So that was just a bit on the importance of seeing the Guru every single day. Now we're going to do an activity. Okay? We're going to do a fun activity. Hopefully you guys can all relate to this for the next 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how seriously you take this, okay? You could do this on your own, or you could do it in groups, okay? I encourage groups, right? I'm only doing this because it's random how I came up. We did this in one of our team building exercises for basics, right? Do you know what it is, Bhavan Singh? Who knows what this is? Cha, okay? So what I want you guys to do in your groups is I want you to tell me how you make your cha. Okay? This ain't random, there's a link to this, right? I want you to speak to each other, and then hopefully after, please some of you come up and present, write it down, your full process from start to end, right? Wherever you go to Sainsbury's, buy the dud, we go to Indian cash and carry, and you get your, wherever you get lechia, soft, Joanne, whatever it is, I want to know the full process from start to end, okay? Benji's like, I got this, man. Benji's like, oh, go on, smash this out, okay? You've got till 1:45. You got 4 minutes. Yeah? Draw a diagram, do whatever you want. Okay? Diagrams, proper, in detail. Okay? I thought I'd rip it in it from the thingy in it. Sorry? Oh, is it still live? WhyGuru. Any questions from the Sangha, please send them in. We can answer at the end as well. Just to answer the questions on the live stream, whilst we're having this little tea break, pardon the pun, if you get it. The first question is about, can one go into the Godara while they are still addicted to cigarettes? I'd say if they're under the influence of cigarettes, so they've smoked a cigarette, I'd say no. But if they start their day, have full on, they're clean, and they brush their teeth, all that kind of stuff, and their clothes are clean and not covered in cigarette smoke or so on, then of course go to the Godara, right? But if somebody's under influence is probably not the right word, but you get what I'm trying to say, then I wouldn't recommend it, because it is a Bajra Quret, is one of the cardinal sins, and Guru Gobind says his horse will never go next to a field of tobacco, right? So I'd say in that case, we're not trying to say you're banned from the Godara, but if you're under the influence, then in that respect, you should not go. So trying maybe go in the morning with Ishnan and stuff. Is Guru Granth Sahib Ji the physical form of Guru WhyGuru? Yes. So we say Guru Granth Sahib Ji is references from Guru Bani, Vaho Vaho Guru Bani, Vaho Vaho Bani Nirankar hai, this is Jevad Avadana Koi. They're saying, wow, great is Bani, the words of the Guru. It's Nirankar, it's the form of the formless. This is Jevada Avadana Koi, there's nothing else like this, right? So there's many references to the Guru being one with WhyGuru, no difference, and that applies to Guru Bani as well. We say that the Guru had the Jyot of WhyGuru inside them, so I guess somebody's answering the question there. What else is there? Seems like you guys are having your own little conversation. Somebody sent their answers, Gagan Singh, which is cool. The water drop an ocean analogy. Last minute, guys! We need people to come up and present their tea making skills, and the winner gets to make tea for everybody. Yay! If they want to. ठीक है जी, Karamid is cool, yeah? Okay, who's going to volunteer? Please, volunteers. Somebody. Who's got their hands up to volunteer? Go on, Paji, come to the front, or you can stand up. Actually, come to the front. Let's make it more engaging. Go on, Paji, come on. Come on, Paji, you want to get a try, man? You don't have to make tea. Just coffee. Okay, go on, Paji. Come to the front, please, if you don't mind. Better not be like the PG tips, yeah? Just like kettle and stuff, yeah?
It's all about the Yorkshire.
Is it on? It should be on. Yeah, sorry, there you go.
So I'm not really a tea drinker, but I make it for my mum.
He's already won!
But I don't make a proper Indian tea, so just English. So what I do is I put the kettle on, boil the water, then pour the water into the mug with a tea bag and a sweetener, no sugar here. Then just add some milk, stir it, and then the job's a good one. Very simple.
Thank you. Okay, well, look. He only won because he said he makes it for his mum. Okay. Otherwise, I'm like, ooh, damn, I want to do kettle and stuff, right? Can somebody come up? But Pod's in the lead right now, and he's got the mother advantage there. Can somebody come up and, like, you know, do the full process of what they do? Hanji. Hanji Beji? Hanji? Go on then. Can you have the mic though? You won't be on camera. You won't be on camera, but you just say your voice. Just pass it over so the sangha at home can listen to it as well. Okay. No pressure. Just a million people watching you.
Okay, so WhyGuru ka Khalsa, WhyGuru Fateh, everyone.
Speak up front.
Nice and loud, please.
My brother and sister are actually making you tea, so I'm getting all the pressure now. Okay, so below patili lani hai, vich pani pauna hai, unu ubalna hai. फिर चाय पत्ती पा देनी है, लौंग इलायची है. We're gonna do desi cha, so gur and adrak. Adrak in there. Yeah. And then unu ubalni hai, then dodh पा देना. फिर
You gotta make sure it doesn't boil onto.
Otherwise, you get told off by your mom.
That's the only part they help me with ever. So, yeah. And then piment avalniya, rinniya, and then that's it.
Wow.
Make or red.
Okay. And who are you making it for?
My mom.
Okay, there you go.
That add a bit more sympathy, grandma as well.
That was good, man. That was good. Any final ones? Otherwise, we're going to finish off. We're going to carry on. Chalo. You share Baban Singh's one. He's up like grating ginger and then everything, man, when he was doing it. Cheeky. And I just put the mic back on. So, obviously, I didn't do this for a random reason, right? Oopsie. Did I press the wrong button there? It's okay. Okay. So, the reason why I'm talking about this is because it comes in Gurbani as well, right? It's a very famous shabad in Gurbani. You say, Re mana aisi har so preet kar, jaise jal dudh hoye. Right? Saying, Re man, hey mere mana, oh my mind, aisi in this way, har so preet kar. Have this love with WhyGuru, jaise, just like, jaise jal dudh hoye. Just like how the water loves the milk. Right? So next time you're making your cha, you can think about actually there's a teaching in this, right? That we can learn from it. So that was something very profound that the Guru did, was that they took many examples in this world and they said, look at the love, look at the relationship that you can see between two different things, the rainbird and the drop, right? So in this case, they're saying, Jaise jal dodh hoye. Guru Maharaj Ji Guru Nanak that you're speaking about in the Shabad, that when you look at water and milk, the first beauty that you can see is that when you make the cha, you put the pani in, right? You got to boil the water, right? And add your little ingredients depending on the order. But when you add the milk, what does the water do? It takes upon the form of the milk. So look at that. That straight away the water has that love for the milk that it becomes a sacrifice to the milk. So for us, when we start, we're like the water and the Guru's like the milk. Then when we start to fall in love with the Guru, then we can never tell you can't tell the difference between the Sikh and the Guru because the form becomes one. Male or female, it doesn't matter here, right? They become one. That's the first thing. Jaise jal dudh hoye. Now, of course, when milk and water become one, you can still separate, right? Right? If you use certain things like, what do you make, like, I'm not good at cooking, so let's not go down this too much, do my own bestie, right? But like, you know, like when you add like lemon juice or like Rene, I just Googled it, right? All this stuff, right? I know before I've seen it once or twice at home, yeah? But I usually just, do my other stuff, right? But the point is that you can separate the pani, the pani and the milk will become separate. And what's made then? Like whey, that whey protein for the Singhs, right? Right? So you get it right. So I shouldn't. No, that was not really masculine. But anyway, back to the point. You see, I do my own basically when I'm talking, right? So anyway, it can separate again. So this is a bit of an off topic. The reason why they're saying that is because if that was a Sikh example now, right? You can still be separated from the Guru through dubada, doubt. So when doubt starts to come in, then the milk and the water can be separated again. The Sikh and the Guru can become separated when we start to have a shanka, a doubt upon the Guru, right? So doubt is a very dangerous thing. And a lot of the times where doubt comes in is when we start to do ko sangat. Ko sangat means bad company, mari sangat, right? It's not to say that a doubt comes in like a negative way. It could just be that we start to doubt this path, like we said at the start of the talk, right? So Bhagat Kabir ji says to us, Kabir, sakat sang na kijiye, dur hai jaye pag. That means do not do sangat of those people who are slanderers of the Guru, or those that, you could say in one respect, live a very different life to the life the Guru is trying to promote. It's not to say that you can never chill with them in the respect that you go say, bye, see you later, you lot are puppies, I'm walking this path. It's not judging. But the reason why Bhagat Kabir ji is saying that is because if we start to hang around with those people, there's a very easy chance that they could put a stain upon us. If you go into a room filled with soot, right, and you have nice white kapre on, right, like when you got like that nice white kurta pajama, and your mom's telling you, change it before you eat that samosa with a chutney, and you don't do it, and you feel you can handle it, and before you know, you got a dog. Yeah, I know, right? I get ripped, I get told off all the time, right? And it doesn't come out. Bhagat Kabir ji say, imagine walking in a room filled with soot, it's obvious it's going to leave a stain. So if we do ko sangat, mari sangat, where people are speaking about kaam, talking about lust, they're speaking about things that we shouldn't be listening to, obviously it's going to have an effect. If it doesn't have an effect on us right then, this is one example. It doesn't mean it's the answer, but why do you think, why did I have that kind of dream? Why did this come in my thoughts? In my subconscious? It's because it might have been something that we watched on TV, it might have been a conversation that we had, it could be something that we saw, and it went to subconscious. So it's about being aware of our surroundings as well. So not to go off on too much of a tangent, so jaise jal dud hoye, right? And they continue the Shabad, I won't reference the Shabad, I'll just tell you it in the interest of time. They talk about then, when the dud and the pani become one, and you start to make the tea, now you're boiling it, you're taking it to the rim, and then you're turning the gas down, and you leave it there, you think you're like a pro, doing this up and down stuff, right? My dad leaves you on lo-fi and he goes and has a shower and come back, nothing's gonna happen to you, right? Ooh, he's being risky there, doing that. If the dud, when the pani is protecting the dud, the pani, the water is stopping the fire from burning the milk, okay? And when the milk sees this, what does the milk do? The milk thinks that I can't let this happen. So the milk starts to come up. And what does it do? It puts the fire out. And it starts little splashes, and that protects the pani in return. So it's a relationship between the water and the milk. Just like for us, we're the water, we become one with the Guru, and in our lives, we start to struggle. We start to have obstacles that come up. But the Guru sees this. And yeah, sometimes you have to take a bit of heat in our lives. That's part of life. Life is dukh and sukh. So we're going to take some dukh and sukh, right? It might feel like a lot of dukh, because dukh hurts more than sukh, right? Sukh, in the time of happiness, that goes quickly. Dukh feels like it's there forever, right? Because in dukh, we're conscious. Dukh, we're really thinking. In sukh, we're just like, chilling, going along, right? But it's in dukh. But what happens in the end? The dud always comes through. The Guru always comes through. The Guru is watching. It's just not the right moment yet, right? And it comes in Gurbani, Jab jab hot arist apara, tab tab dehe tart avatara. That means that whenever there's been an obstacle in the life of a saint, tab tab means then, tab tab dehe tart avatara. WhyGuru comes themselves and solves that problem. In whatever way that could be. That could be physically, that could be non-physically. That could just be through anything in our life. right? So that relationship between the dud and the pani is so beautiful, and that's something we can learn, the idea of love, right, between the Sikh and the Guru, that we can learn from this example. So I'll spend a lot of time talking about how to make a cup of tea and why to go to the Gurdwara. If we come now on to Guru Amar Das Ji a bit more factual. I don't really do presentations these days. I do just more like stage katha, but I don't get the opportunity to do many talks. So whenever I do, I love to share historical references to our gurus and learn myself, right? Because, you know, we do tend to forget a lot of the time. This is from Gurbani. This is from Patta Desavaya. These are the poets that are in Gurbani, right? The Pats, right? So many beautiful praises of the Guru. And this one stood out to me because there's a lot of facts in this as well. But the first thing we'll go through, the first pankti, te padiyao ikka, manatariyo ikka. They talk about, hey, these are the poets praising Guru Amar Das Ji. They say that, hey, Guru Amar Das Ji, through Guru Angad Dev Ji, through the second Guru, you were able to read and learn about WhyGuru. You were able to put your dhyan upon WhyGuru Ji, right? Manatariyo ikka, you're able to focus upon WhyGuru Ji. Then, Kara Ekka Pachanya, you're able to realize WhyGuru Ji. Through Guru Angad Dev Ji, you were able to do this. Nana Bana Mohe Ekka Ekka. Nana. Nana means eyes. Ban means button, words. And then Mohe can very simply mean jiba, for our tongue, right? Nana Bana Mohe Ekka Ek. For each of these you absorbed in WhyGuru. Through your eyes, all I saw was WhyGuru. Right? In this whole dunya, wherever I look, I just saw WhyGuru. Right? Nana Ban. Whenever Guru Amar Das Ji spoke, they only spoke of WhyGuru. Whenever their tongue was vibrating WhyGuru's name. Right? Doho thai na janyo. Doho he means two. Dubada. There was no space in Guru Amar Das Ji's mind for doubt. You know, remember earlier about the dud, that when doubt comes in, then the pani and the dud separate. In Guru Amar Das Ji's mind, there was no doubt. There was not even one piece of shanka. They knew straight away that Guru Angad Dev Ji is the one. Right? And they are my Satguru. Supana eka par tak eka sameh lino. Whether it's in their dreams, whether they're awake, whether it's in a deep sleep, it was always WhyGuru. That's how absorbed Guru Amar Das Ji was in WhyGuru Ji. And the last line, which is a very interesting line, and it's very important for, you could say, facts. They say, ke 31 ar 5 siddha pe 30 na khino. They said at the age of 71, you started to walk the path of Sikhi. Right? Which is very interesting. Right? Because there's a lot of, it happens that was the Guru, how was the Guru? Whether someone says this, someone says that. Were they Prakash in 1469? Were they Prakash in 1479? Referring to their birth, Prakash. So here, they're saying Tis means 30, Ik means 1, 31, Ar means and, Panj means 5, Sid refers to something later on, Patis means 20, 35. So 35 plus 36 gives us 71. Right? So at the age of 71, Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, you started to walk the path of Guru Angad Dev Ji. Now this is very interesting, and this is my second key takeaway from today. Remember the start, I talked about going to see the Guru. The second one was time, what I talked about, and life in general, right? Now, when it comes to our lives, right, I don't know if you guys experience this, but I'm experiencing this now. I've got to an age where I'm thinking, whoa, so much of my life has gone by. The past, I was in high school 10 years ago, for example, and now the last 10 years have gone so quickly. And I'm thinking to myself, this line that comes in Gurbani, right? But it's very important, right? All the kate, dinasare nare, mana guru milakaj savare. Now you could take this in a very, like a morbid way, but it's not meant to be. It's meant to be a reminder. This is what we read every night before we go to bed. Since Sohel Asai, the nighttime prayer, right? They say, all the kate, all the means our umr, our age. All the kate. We're saying we're getting older. The Guru is saying, you're not getting older, your life's getting shorter. Right? All the kate, dinasare nare, every single day, it's not increasing, it's decreasing. So what is the teaching the Guru's given to us? Mana. Hey mere mana, oh my mind, go to Mela, meet the Guru, Kaja Savare, and resolve this one cottage, this one affair, the most important thing in our life, which is to meet WhyGuru. That is the most important thing. This is a reminder. This is important for all of us, right? And it's not to put us down and make us feel dukhi when we leave this talk today. It's a reminder to say, look, time is running out, right? No matter what age we are, and this life is so precious. Heere jaisa janam hai. It says life is a jewel, but we're wasting it for shells. The Guru has given us such a gift. Ratna tyag kaudi sang rache. It comes in Sukhdeep Sahib. Ratna tyag. The Guru has given us this jewel. Tyag. Tyag ke, we put it to one side. Ratna tyag kaudi sang rache. We become so, we love the kaudi, the shell. How does that make any sense? Right? Jo chadna, so asthir kar manne. Jo chadna means that thing we're gonna leave, the body, so asthir kar manne, we think that we're gonna keep it forever. Jo hoven, so dur parane. Jo hoven means what's gonna happen, we keep far away. Death. It's a taboo topic, we don't talk about death. But in Sikhi, death is spoken about a lot. Not in a negative way, it's just a part and parcel of the journey that we're on, right? It's nothing to be scared about, worried about, but we are, which is fine, it's natural, right? But the way the Guru's putting it forward is Pehla Marna Kabul. Saying in the path of Sikhi, this is Guru Nanak's words, not Guru Gobind Singh's words. So in the path of Sikhi, Pehla, first thing, Marna Kabul, accept death. Jeevan ki chhad aas, forget all the hopes and desires in this world. Ho sabna ki renaka. Become the dust of everybody's feet. To aao hamare paas, then you can come on my path. You can walk this path. So Sikhi is the complete opposite of what the world is saying. It's beautiful, right? So, meet the Guru. Now, this is so important because this is what Guru Amar Dashi's life, from those first 70 years, 60 years, that's what it was. Because this is another reference from Guru Pratap Suraj Granth. Bark 72 pay arabala tab aaye Satgur ke paas, set age of 72. 72 years, 71, 72, that age range, Guru Amar Dashi came to Guru Angad Dev Ji. So you can say for the first 70 years, 71, 72 years, Guru Amar Dashi lived their life. They were still a very righteous person, but they didn't have a Satguru. The reason why I'm saying this is that it's never too late. No matter what age we are, it's never too late to meet the Guru. Never too late. And Guru Amar Dashi shows that. Guru Har Krishna Sahib Ji shows us you can be as young as 5 years old and be one with WhyGuru. But Guru Amar Dashi shows us it doesn't matter how long it's been, you can still meet the Guru as well. But this is interesting. Nebal Sarir. That means their body didn't have much strength because now they're in their 70s, right? Jajri Put so to sevna tarehe holas. But Guru Amar Das Ji, when it came to doing seva, they were so happy. Right? Even now, like for myself, like doing that type of seva that they did. I remember when I was in India, I was doing Langar Di Seva, like my whole body was sore at the end of the day, just from holding, you could say, one of the pots, you could say, and carrying it and vertying the langar out. My bicep was sore. It's more worse than doing a bicep workout, right? So and today we have loads of machinery, ways to make langar di seva a bit more easier. But those days everything was hatti. There was no machines. There was nothing. Everything was done by hand. But Guru Amar Das at the age of 70 plus wanted to do that seva. They were so happy to do that seva. Alas tyag. Alas means laziness. There's no laziness in Guru Amar Das Ji. No laziness. They always want to do seva. Why? Karta uddha yoga hai. Uddham de naal. With great effort. Uddham karke. Right? They always made an effort to do seva. Right? Kalaso uthai liyai jalaras. They took that gagar, which you can see in the picture, and they placed it on their head, and they served Guru Angad that you should go through later on. And Nejitan ki arakar kutam ki. Nejitan means their own body. Kar means their own home. Kutam means their own family. Ki sudha puli. They forgot about all of this. Right? It wasn't the main focus in their mind. What was it now? Kar Gur Nirajas. It was their guru. Right? The age of 72. Right? So the reason why I picked this out is because I think about my life, and I think every single day, like, am I wasting my time? Do I want to live another, if I do live for another 20, 30 years, I think the same thing. What have I done for the past 10, 20, 30, 60 years of my life? Have I earned the Guru's bachan? Have I come out what the Guru is saying to me? That Gobind Milan ki, eh teri bare. This is your turn to meet God. Have I taken upon the Guru's teachings? Have I stopped slandering? Do I still have this dawak? Do I still have this two in my head? Okay, I like him, I don't like her. Right? That I praise this person, but when it comes to this other person, if they're being slandered, I'm listening. Otherwise, I don't want to hear about their praises, right? Do I want to be like that when I'm 60, 70? If I'm like that now, right? So it's such an important thing to take away and always evaluate every single day. Where am I on this path? First, understand where we are. It's not judging anyone. We're all on our own paths. But where is our destination and how are we going to get there? One step at a time. So again, these are all from Guru Pratap Suraj Granth. It's a historical text that was written on the histories of our Guru. So Karahe Abe Shubha Karma Ko Sukh Hoye Par Lokang. So I'll get to this point. So what happens here is that when Guru Amar Das Ji was 60, so this is 10 years before they actually met Guru Angad Dev Ji, at the age of 60 they realized that, you know what, I've spent 60 years of my life having a successful business, families well off as well. Their father, Baba Tej Panji, their father, their great-grandfather, they're all part of a trade of business, right? They used to have a lot of good business going and stuff, Vapar, to trade. And Guru Amar Das Ji, residing in Basirke, right, which you can go visit today, the Pind, they were really well off, really wealthy, right? But still, this dunyavi success, even the idea of being just a good person wasn't good enough for them. There was still something missing, the spiritual side. ठीक है? And this does not go against Gurmat, against Gurbani, because we hear this all the time. My dad says it to me all the time as well. Okay, you just go be a good person. ठीक है? All WhyGuruji wants is for you to be a good person. That's true, but they also said, okay, we have to do bhakti. Right? Comes in Japji Sahib, Tiratha, Tapa, Daya, Datadan, Jeko Pave, Tilkaman. You can go to these holy shrines, you can do your tap, you could have daya, you can have compassion, but compassion in the sense of it's a good thing to do because it's a good thing to do. If I do it, you know they say, if you give 10, you get 10 back, 10-fold back, all that kind of stuff, right? Long story short, Jeko Pave Tilkaman. They only get sesame seeds worth of honor, right? So the spiritual side is always forgotten about, but that's so important, so important. Like again in Siddhi Sukhmani Sahib, sorry, I do chuck a lot of bhakti here and there, but I will try and translate as I go along. You probably heard this one, Sarva Dharma Maheshreshta Dharma. That the highest way of living is Harko Naam Japa, is reciting God's name at the Nirmal Karma and good actions. Right? So reciting God's name is key. Taking upon Naam is key. Just good actions alone, according to what our Gurus are saying, Gurbani Japji Sahib, it's only a sesame seed's worth. And if you want to ask about that in detail, we go for the Q&A. We won't spend too much time on that. So Guru Amar Das Ji realized at the age of 60, okay, I've sorted this life out, family sorted, I'm set. But what about when I leave this world? Sukh hoy par lokang, par log de vich, in the next world, I've got nothing for that. What am I going to take with me? And he goes, like I said earlier, Nahit rag dwesh meh. I don't want to live a life of rag and dwesh, of love and hate, right? Of happiness and sadness. I don't want to be stuck in this till I pass away. I want to go beyond both of them. This is the thoughts of Guru Amar Das Ji at the age of 60, which is so beautiful to hear. And then they go, De the mama an jama kuch kach hawe na upai, that when that drum is being banged, and Jamdoot is banging that drum, and the messengers of death come to take me, pachatav hai, I'm going to regret. Okay, what did I do in my life? So these are the thoughts of Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaji at this time. So Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaji decides that every 6 months, they're going to go on a yatra. They're going to go to Ganga, the Ganges, river Ganges. And they're going to go there and they're going to do their spiritual practice every 6 months. Guru Amar Das Ji does this 19 times. Okay? 19 times, which means they did it for 9.5 years, if my maths is correct. If 2 times every 6 months, am I correct? Of course, yeah. TK, so 19 years, right? That of course wasn't for me, but I'll take it anyway, right? So 9.5 years. On the Vihavi, on the 20th time that Guru Amar Das Ji goes to Ganga, they're stopping off on the way, and there's a home of a Brahmin. And this Brahmin does the seva, this priest does the seva of like keeping people there, right? So they can rest on the way. And when they look at Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, this time they know as Baba Amaru, you can say, right? Baba Amar Das Ji, before they came to meet the Guru and became the Guru themselves afterwards. They're looking at Guru Amar Das Ji and they can see something on their foot. We call it a padam. It's like a nishani, right? It's like a little sign on their foot, right? And this Brahmin, he can read the future of people. And he looks at Guru Amar Das Ji's charan, their feet, Hriday Bicharhe Tarka Aneka, Ehe Uttam Lachan Pag Eka. And you see this Lachan, this great, Lachan refers to that characteristic, but it's great nishani on their foot. What they're able to read from Guru Amar Das Ji is that a Siddhipata Vishnupai Avatara, either they are the form of WhyGuru Ji that's come on this earth, or Kidyo Chakravarti Niripapara, or they're going to become the king of this whole world. Little did they know is both. So figure either this is the form of WhyGuru Ji's come on this earth, or this person is going to become the king of the whole world. But actually they were both. So he questioned Guru Amar Das Ji and said, who are you? And do you know this about yourself? And of course, Guru Amar Das Ji laughed it off and said that, well, what is this? Of course, Guru Amar Das Ji is so humble, right? And the Pandit, the Brahman says to Guru Amar Das Ji, okay, I'm going to ask for something from you, but not yet. When you become either of these two things, then I'll come to you then and I'll ask for what I desire. But until then, nothing, right? I didn't want to focus too much on this part of their journey. I'm still trying to pick out the key themes, right? So sorry if I skip over things. I want to get to the key themes because I appreciate you may have heard this story before. If you haven't, then you still get to experience it, but not in the same detail as a katha, right? So Guru Amar Das Ji, this is their first encounter. The second was when they met a sadhu, another person that was traveling to Ganga, and they started to travel together. And this sadhu had a lot of love for Guru Amar Das Ji and vice versa, right? Because the sadhu saw a lot of great qualities in Baba Amar Das Ji. But they said to Baba Amar Das Ji, who is your guru? If you're this lovely and amazing, you have all these great qualities, you must have a great guru. Because in order for you to be this great, someone must have taught you it. And Guru Amar Das Ji says, Baba Amar Das Ji, I have no guru. Now for us today, it's like, oh, chalo, minor, it's alright, right? In those days, if you were to say, especially in that area, or you could say in that community, or that, just that those traditions of India in those days, to not have a guru was seen as a shocking thing. It was like, whoa, you don't have a guru. So they said, you're Nagura. You're Nagura, and I can't believe that I've done Sangat, I've kept company of somebody who has no guru. All the good actions that I've done, all this Tirth Yatra, everything that I've done has been a waste because I did your Sangat. How can you be this old and not have a guru? So Guru Amar Das Ji now is in their 70s because they've been doing this for 10 years. Imagine the age of 70, right? You've been doing this for 10 years. 20 times you've gone to Ganga every 6 months. And 10 years ago, you had this feeling of a big hole inside you. And now 10 years later, you've come to Ganga after going on your 20th time and someone's told you that you don't have a guru. That what have you done with your life? So 10 years before that, Baba Amar Das Ji is thinking themselves, and this sadhu was saying that, they're saying it to them. So imagine the hole it must have left in Baba Amar Das Ji at that time. Okay, I don't have a guru, and this person feels like it's been a waste, and my life is a waste. So Baba Amar Das Ji returned home to Basarke, and they were in so much pain. There's so much sadness. Okay, now I've done this for 10 years and still, and the reason why I'm saying this is because it goes back to the start of the talk about enduring pain, about enduring suffering. Guru Amar Das Ji for 10 years now has been in search for the truth. They spent the first 60 years of their life doing what 99.9% of the whole world does, chasing what the world tells us we need to chase in order to become happy, and every single time we realize it doesn't make us happy, right? All those things, before we hit that milestone, we think this milestone is going to give me that happiness that thought was going to give me. That was going to give me, but it's all temporary. It didn't give me that happiness that I thought it would. It didn't give me internal happiness. Now Baba Amar Das has been chasing for 10 years for that internal happiness, and after 10 years they've been told, what have you achieved? You achieved nothing. Imagine how Baba Amar Das is feeling at that time, after 10 years. So they come back home at this time, and they spend the whole day just doing ardas, a humble plea to Guruji. They're not eating nothing, they're not drinking nothing, and they're not sleeping. Now it goes back to the question at the start, right? About when we talked about going to the Gurdwara and these kind of things, right? And I said the shabad, "Main bin gura dekhe neend na aave." Now we can see Guru Amar Das Ji living that. That now they're saying, until I see my Guru, until I experience Guru, until Guru gives me an answer, I'm not going to sleep, I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to drink until I see my Guru, until my Guru gives me a sign. When I say see, whatever the sign is that Maharaj is going to give to me, until they give that to me, I'm not doing nothing. So Guru Amar Das Ji, for the whole day, does not eat, does not drink, does not sleep. The second day, whole day again, no food, no water, no sleep. If you look at the horse, this happens a lot of times. By Makhan Shalabana, you guys heard of them before? They were the one that found Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, they were on the ship. Same thing happened with them. When they went to Bakale Pind, they said the same thing, until I find Guru, the next Guru, the ninth Guru, I'm not going to eat nothing. Peer Pekan Shah, you heard them before, who went and saw Guru Gobind Singh Ji. They were Muslim Fakir, a Peer, and they started praying in the other direction. They went to Guru Gobind Singh Ji. They stood outside the door of Guru Gobind Rai Ji, and they said, until this door opens and see Guru Gobind Singh Ji, I'm not going to eat or sleep or drink either. This isn't a new theme, this is a common theme. Hanji Paji.
Just to understand it a bit, so was Guruji born into a Sikh household, and then for them 10 years he was following Sikhi, or was he not following?
So, great question. So when it comes to Guru Amar, if I didn't make that clear earlier, Guru Nanak Dev Ji was not born to a Sikh household. Yeah. Guru Angad Dev Ji wasn't, Guru Amar Das Ji wasn't, Guru Ram Das Ji was not either, as far as I can tell. And from Guru Arjan Dev Ji, yes, right?
The yatra they used to do, Guruji, was that just
that was
like a more Hindu perspective? Or?
You could say it was a Hindu perspective, of course. That was the perspective of those traditions in India, of those spiritual paths. That was a practice. Go to Ganga. Ganga was seen as very pavitra, very pure. Even in Guru Bani does not ignore the fact that these places are spiritual. Ganga, Jamuna, Godavari, they're all spiritual places. People go there and they wash away their sins. We don't ignore that, but we get a bit scared. Like, oh, what's going on? Why are you admitting that? But this is the Visheshta. This is the greatness of Sikhi and of our Gurus. Is that comes in Guru Bani. I'm going to get the Pankti wrong, so I don't want to say too much. They talk about Ganga, Godavari, Jamuna, and another river, Saraswati. Te kare uddam sadhu ki turetai. Along those lines, they say that these places are spiritual, but they all yearn for the feet of the saint. So what's interesting here, I'll go off a bit topic. Guru Amar Das Ji went to Ganga to do this when they're in that form as a, if you want to say like in the form of a Hindu, but I'm not calling them a Hindu, if you get what I mean. Guru Amar Das Ji later on went back to all these places. But this time they didn't go back to do Ishnan themselves, they went to purify these places. That comes in Guru Ram Das Ji's Bani. Guru Ram Das Ji speaks about it. Well, I can show you the Shabad afterwards. So Guru Ram Das Ji went there, Guru Amar Das Ji went there to purify, because they were crying out to Guru Amar Das Ji, saying that everyone's loading their sins upon us, and now we've become filled with sin, so can you purify us? Well, so there's references to that for Guru Bani. So just to answer the question, they weren't from a Sikh Parivar. Okay? So Guru Amar Das Ji is crying out at this time to WhyGuruji, this whole time for those 2 days. Why? What's going on here? What's this? That's the same one as before. Yeah, so Nisa biti dina agalo dukh saath bitava khan pan kuch nahi ruchi bairag pava. Khan pan. Khan means eat, pan never expect to drink, renounce everything. A reference to that as well. So Guru Amar Das Ji, whole day, whole night, whole day, whole night, is crying out for an answer. And then they get their answer finally. Okay? Does anybody know what I'm referring to here? Does anybody know the history? What this is referring to? It's a very famous Shabad, right? That was sung at that time. So Guru Amar Das Ji, they had 3 brothers. The 3 brothers were, Baji's got his pen to write, now the pressure's on, right? Bhai Manak Chand Ji, Bhai Khemarai Ji, and the last one's gone out of my head. I was really good with my names before. It's been a while, right? The last one, Bhai Ishar Das Ji. Okay? Those are the 3 brothers, okay? Bhai Manak Chand Ji, Bhai Ishar Das Ji, and Bhai Khemarai Ji. Okay? Now, these names are very important. The reason why these names are important, their father's called Baba Tej Panji as well, if you want that name. These names are important. Why? Because Bhai Ishar Das Ji's son was who? Anybody know? It's another famous Das Ji that comes in our history. Go on, you can say it, go on. Try it. Bhai Gurdas Ji. Was he going to say that? Should have said it then, right? Yeah? So Bhai Ishar Das Ji's son was Bhai Gurdas Ji. If you don't know what Bhai Gurdas Ji is, they were the first scribe of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Ard Granth Sahib Ji. That was written and does Prakash at the Darbar Sahib in 1606, I think it was, right? 1604 was or 1606, I think it was, right? Or 1604. Sorry, forgot the dates wrong. So Bhai Gurdas Ji was the nephew of the 3rd Guru, the cousin of the 4th Guru, and the Mama Ji of the 5th Guru, right? Bhai Khemarai Ji, their son, I forgot their name, but Bhai Manak Chand Ji's son was called Bhai Jassu Ji, right? Bhai Jassu Ji is very important for this conversation because Bhai Jassu Ji got married to Guru Angad Dev Ji's daughter. Guru Angad Dev Ji is the 2nd Guru. So now how did the 2nd Guru meet the 3rd Guru? How did that happen? The reason why that happened is because Bhai Jassu Ji, who is Guru Amar Das Ji's nephew, married the 2nd Guru's daughter called Bibi Amaro Ji. So now Bibi Amaro Ji's moved to the Pind of Basarke and she's living there. And Bibi Amaro Ji every single morning wake up, she'd do Ishnan, she'd bath, and then she'd read Gurbani. And this morning that she wakes up, she's reading a Shabad that she's memorized, right? So, oh, it's come up on the screen. Let's see. If we go here. I should have put in the slides, but I just decided to leave it here. It's a bit difficult. Tika? So she's singing the Shabad. I won't go through all of it, but I'll pick you up from here because it links to the talk today a lot in terms of what's being said. They say, Jali ran, jal din hua. So the night is like a net. Jali ran. The whole night is like a net. Right? Jal din hua, and the day is like a net as well. Jeti kari fahi teti. As many moments, kari refers to, there's many different translations of kari, but I like moments. As many moments there are in a day, that's how many nets there are. Meaning at every moment in the day, we get caught up in something. Does that make sense? Can we understand that? We're so stuck in our lives in things that's like, I can't change this. I can't wake up in the morning. It's so hard to wake up. I can't stop this bad habit that I have. So Gurbani has a great way of normalizing things and make us understand that, you know what? I'm not the only one. The whole world is caught up in this. That's why Gurbani says, Jojo dise, so rogi. Guru Sahib says, wherever I look, everybody has got a disease. We've all got something that we're fighting. It doesn't have to be like a physical disease, like an illness. It could be a mental disease in the respect that we all have something that we're struggling with. Like an insecurity or, something that I can't get over this. I can't beat this. So what they're saying here, Guru Amar Das Ji is hearing this. My whole life I've just been caught up in different things and it's just a net every single time. Rasa rasa chog choga hai nitafas hai. I'm just caught up in the different rasa kasa, the different passions and desires and pleasures of the world again and again, all the time. Chuta se mure kavana guni. How can the fool escape from this? How can I, who has no merits, I'm filled with demerits, where am I going to pull a merit out? Where am I going to pull this vicious circle? I have nothing good to offer. Sab guna tere. You have all the great qualities, and I have all the negative qualities. Right? So, imagine this. Guru Amar Dashi feels like they're the lowest of the low. 70 years now, they've gone by. And this Shabad is just striking them right in the heart. Whatever they're thinking, the Guru is saying it. Right? When sometimes we hear Shabad, we think, this is what Guru Amar Dashi is thinking. And we think this sometimes as well. This is me. The Guru is speaking about my state. My Guru knows how I feel. My Guru is speaking about it. Right? I'll leave the next two lines and I'll get to the main one. Paya manur kanchan phir hove. So you can feel like waste. Manur is referring to the waste product. When it comes to purifying gold, or when it comes to iron, the waste product that is left over at the end, paya manur kanchan phir hove. You could be the waste product. You could be the waste of the waste, the lowest of the low. Kanchan phir hove. You can still become gold. Meaning, like they speak about Guru Amar Dashi, even if after 70 years, or for us it might not be 70 years, how many years it's been, even then you can still become gold, you can still become mukt, liberated, je Guru miletana, if you meet the Guru. If you meet the Guru, then you can become gold. No matter where you are in your life, the Guru is paras, the Guru is a philosopher's stone. If the Guru touches us, just one touch and we're turning to gold. That is the quality of a paras, a philosopher's stone. It takes any metal, very simply, and it turns it into gold. And that's what Guru Amar Dashi is experiencing at this moment, that they're hearing this. That if I feel like this, and you're telling me that if I meet the Guru, then I can become gold again. So what does Guru Amar Dashi do? They don't delay. They go straight into Bibi Amaroji and they say that again. Read those lines again. And before we go any further, look how blessed Bibi Amaroji is. Right? Look how blessed Bibi Amaroji is that it's because of Bibi Amaroji that the third Guru met the second Guru. How? Because she memorized Gurbani. She memorized Gurbani and she sang it from her heart every single day. And what she sang had an effect, not just on her house, but next door. Because if everybody's ever been to a pind, to a village in India, you'll know that if you live in a pind where the houses are not all done up, the old houses, you can hear what's going on next door. You can hear your Gwandia in the morning, right? When you're still trying to sleep. So Guru Amar Dashi can hear her singing from next door. And they came to her and they said, whose words are these? Whose words are you singing? And she says, these are the words of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And they said, take me to Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And she says, I can't, because Guru Nanak Dev Ji has left their physical body. But in their place sits my father, Guru Angad Dev Ji. And Guru Angad Dev Ji used to listen to Guru Nanak Dev Ji every single day. They listened to Kirtan that was done in the court of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And they memorized all that Gurbani, and they would teach me that Gurbani as well. That's why it's so important to memorize Gurbani. So important, because it comes in Bhai Guru Dashi's Vara, like I said, the nephew of Guru Amar Dashi, Bhai Ishar Dashi's son. They've got their own writings called Bhai Guru Dashi's Vara and Kabit Savaiye. Their writings are known as the key to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. That's how the high level the Guru is given them. And Bhai Guru Dashi says in their own words that if you teach somebody else even one Shabad of Gurbani, it is equal to more than than decorating 100 mandirs in gold. That much charity you can give of gold is not even equal to teaching somebody one Shabad. Right? I would say the Pankti, but I'll probably mess it up. It's quite a long kabit, right? And I always forget it. So yeah. So Guru Amar Dashi, because of Bibi Amaroji, they say, take me to your father. Now Bibi Amaroji actually came back from seeing their father. Right? Oh, it's 8:30. Satanam. Better speed up. Right? Yeah, time flies when you're talking about the Guru. Right? So Guru Amar Dashi Maharaj, I'll aim to finish in the next 5-10 minutes. Okay, Guru Kirpa Karan. I'll stop going off on a tangent. Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj says, take me to your father. Bibi Amar Ji just come back from seeing their father. She goes, I can't go again because my father only lets me come when they instruct me to come. But Baba Amar Das Ji says, don't worry, you're going on my behalf, right? Take me to see your father. So Bibi Amar Ji takes Guru Amar Das Ji to Khadur Sahib to see Guru Angad Dev Ji. When they arrive, Bibi Amar Ji says to Guru Amar Das Ji, just wait outside, let me go inside, speak to my father, and then you come inside, right? When Bibi Amar Ji walks in, imagine the scene. Imagine the whole time Guru Amar Das Ji is traveling and they're getting so close to that truth that they've been waiting for. Imagine how they must have felt at that time, the experience, right? When Guru Amar Das Ji is waiting outside, Guru Angad Dev Ji is inside. Bibi Amar Ji goes and Guru Angad Dev Ji says to Bibi Amar Ji, the reason that you've come here, you've come to see me, you left outside. The reason why you are here is not, why have you left them outside? Bring them inside. It's been 70 years now. Right? I'm not saying they said that part, but you can understand the emotion after 70 years. Guru Angad Dev Ji knows everything. 70 years and now you're gonna make their way outside. Bring them inside. And this part is so beautiful that now when Guru Amar Das Ji comes inside to meet Guru Angad Dev Ji for the first time, after 70 years, finally that hole is going to be filled. This is so beautiful what's written here, right? They say, Lakh sansar sambandhan ko hoye satgura thande. That if you look in the world, lakh means to know. Sansar sanabandha ko, if you look in terms of the worldly relationship that Guru Amar Das Ji has to Guru Angad Dev Ji. Guru Amar Das Ji is from the boy side. I'm talking about in the worldly sense. That's why they use the word sansar, sanabandh. The relationship between Guru Amar Das Ji, Baba Amar Das Ji and Guru Angad Dev Ji is this. Baba Amar Das Ji is from the boy side and they are the eldest brother. So, in terms of respect, in a worldly sense, Baba Amar Das Ji is more respected than Guru Angad Dev Ji. In a worldly sense, family torte, okay? In terms of the parvar, right? Hoy Satguru Thande. So, Guru Angad Dev Ji thinks this. Because Guru Angad Dev Ji is so humble. Guru Angad Dev Ji sees Baba Amar Das Ji walking in, and what happens? Satguru Thande, Guru Angad Dev Ji stands up. Because they're going to greet Baba Amar Das Ji with the same level of respect. Right? If we go into the Guru's darbar, the Guru is sitting, we bow to the Guru. But Guru Angad Dev Ji goes, no, I'm going to stand because this person is greater than me in their own humility. Gale milabe kaho tiyar pe, gale milabe. Gale milabe means to embrace Baba Amar Ji, Baba Amar Das Ji. Guru Angad Dev Ji goes to embrace him with a hug. Pe pat te kar kade. Pat he means their kapra, right? Their shawl, their lohi. The Guru's wearing, you can imagine they're wearing like a kapra, and they say, which is really cool, te kar kade. Kade means hat, kade means kadke. You imagine when somebody wears a lohi or shawl, their arms are covered, right? They take their arms out because they're going to embrace Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj at that time. Chadna gahe Sri Amaratab. They go to hold on to Guru Amar Das Ji, but they can't. The reason why they can't hold on to Guru Amar Das Ji is because Bandhan ko Thani, because Guru Amar Das Ji is fallen in Guru Angad Dev Ji's feet. So before Guru Angad Dev Ji can hug Guru Amar Das Ji, Guru Amar Das Ji is already fallen on the floor in Guru Angad Dev Ji's feet. And they say, Ke uchit nahi Guru milan ko leho das bachani. They say it's not right for me to hug you. It's right for me to be your servant and fall in your feet. I've not come here with this worldly relationship, this rishtadar that we have. I've not come here as someone I've come as your servant today. I've come as a sacrifice in your feet. That's what Guru Amar Das Ji says at that time to Guru Angad Dev Ji. And from that day forward, they stayed in the Guru's feet. That day forward, like the dud and the milk, the dud and the pani, that was the day where now they'd become one. What Guru Amar Das Ji had been searching for 70 years, now finding that moment, Guru Amar Das Ji had that. Imagine how they must have felt. this is what is so beautiful about Sikhi and Gurbani, right? We need to build our relationship with the Guru, right? Because when we start to build a relationship with the Guru, then Gurbani starts to come into our lives and we start to experience Gurbani in everything. I'll give you one example. Imagine that moment right there. How Guru Amar Das Ji must have felt. Everyone understand that? Have we kind of experienced that? Right? What is the most famous prayer of Guru Amar Das Ji that we all know or you heard of? Anand Sahib, right? How does Anand Sahib start? Anand paya meri maaye, Sat Guru mein paya. I'm not saying that there's obviously a historical background to that, which I'm going to, but don't you think in this moment that Guru Amar Das Ji must have felt like that? Now, Ananda Paya Meri Mai, Mai obviously in one respect refers to mother, because generally, if we have some great news, we're going to tell mom, right? Or it can refer to WhyGuru. Ananda Paya Meri Mai, Satguru Mein Paya. Finally, I found my Satguru. What they've been searching for all those years, finally, I found my Satguru. You see how Gurbani is all linked, interlinked, right? So that's how I imagine in this moment when I was you lot are listening to it, so am I. I'm living this with you guys at the moment. I'm not coming to tell you stories or whatever. We're experiencing, we're going back to that time when this happened, right? So imagine that feeling that Guru Amar Das Ji has at that time. So Guru Amar Das Ji spends the next 12 years serving Guru Angad Dev Ji. This is probably the last point I'm going to finish off with. And this is talking about, even though they'd met their Guru, it doesn't mean when you meet the Guru, that's it. It's all chilling. Now it's a path that you got to walk, right? 10 years they spent looking for the truth. Now for the next 12 years, they're going to be tested. Because I'll always say to people, Guru Amar Das Ji, 12 years they did seva. But then when I was researching this, I was thinking, but they spent 10 years searching for the truth. Now they've got the truth, they've got Kama, they've got to earn what the Guru's talking about. One definition of Guru that I learned from a Guru Sikh, a Guru is the perfect Sikh. Does that make sense? We say Guru's teacher. I'm not saying it's wrong or enlightened, all this stuff is great, it all makes sense. But Guru is the perfect Sikh. Guru Amar Das Ji was the perfect Sikh that they became the Guru. Guru Ram Das Ji, Bhai Lena Ji, they were all perfect Sikh and they became the next Guru. So what happens now is Guru Amar Das Ji starts to serve Guru Angad Dev Ji every single day. And you know what they did? They said, give me Jaldi Seva. And Jaldi Seva, water, is not just going on saying Jal Bhai Guruji and pouring water. It was the most hardest Seva to do. Every single morning, Guru Amar Das Ji would wake up before Guru Angad Dev Ji and they have to travel to Bias. And what some Guru Sikhs say is in that travel to Bias and back, they do 84 Japji Sada Part. 84 Japji Sada Part going there and back every single day when they do that, right? Guru Amar Das Ji, this is Sharda Di Galia in terms of people that have faith. They say that Guru Amar Das Ji would walk back on the Guru. That's why today you're seeing Godare a lot of times. People, when they matha take, they don't turn their back, they walk backwards because they don't want to turn their back on the Guru. Again, we can understand that maybe is that a ritual or not. It can happen sometimes. But again, it's in my eyes, it's not a ritual because I never want to turn my back on my Guru because my Guru never turned their back on me. Right? So Guru Amar Das Ji did the seva. Tan kar kar hai kar sab seva. Tan. With their body, they would serve the Guru again and again. Man kar Guru ko sada samal. But in their mind, they're always thinking about the Guru. Tan kar ke seva, man kar ke simran. Body, seva, mind, simran. Both at the same time. This is important. After 1 year of seva, Guru Amar Das Ji's people from his village, their village, come to visit them. And they say, Sadhana apane chal. Sadhana means kar. Apane chal. Why don't you go back home? Why don't you see your family? Don't you think about them? Nij bandhan ko sud leho nike kutam milho tuj chahet bisal. They're saying, Nij bandapa kutamba. Why do you go and see your family? Why do you go and speak to them? You know, what you been up to, what they been up to. Don't even do any of this. Why? Why are you sitting here for? Why are you staying here in Khadur Sahib? Kya live hai? What are you gaining from this? What do you gain by sitting here doing seva for this whole year? Sab bid sankat sahe karal. It just seems like you're just getting so much dukh. You're in your 70s and you're doing such kathan seva, such hard seva. What are you gaining from this? What does Guru Amar Das Ji say? He doesn't say these exact words, but it comes in Guru Bani. They say, Na ko mera, ho kisakera, sacha thakur tere pavana mera. Say, nothing is mine, and I belong to nothing. I only belong to WhyGuru at that time. Right? So Guru Amar Das Ji continues, no matter what people... Obviously, I'm not trying to promote pictures here, but what I love about this picture is you can imagine Guru Amar Das Ji just being absorbed into seva and not worrying what people are saying to them. Saying, go back home, do this, do that. Hanji Paji.
Are these lines from WhyGuru Das Ji?
No, these lines are from Guru Pratap Suraj Granth. Right? These are all from Guru Pratap Suraj Granth. These ones. The next one, which is really cool, this happens after 12 years of seva, if I'm correct. Okay? No, sorry, this is after 2 years. Next one's after 12 years. After 2 years, Baisa Katata Nita Prema Badita Cheta. Bas Katata Nita means every single day, Guru Amar Das Ji's life is getting shorter. But Prem Badita Cheta. But every single day, the love for the Guru is growing. Cool, right? That's how we need to live our lives now. When we said earlier, oh, the Kate Dinasarana, yes, life is getting shorter, but my love is growing for the Guru. That's what Guru Amar Das Ji is experiencing in this time in Basar ke Tyoto Seva Kareh Kirpal. And they continue to do seva of Guru Angad Dev Ji. Nar upahas je thane hai murkha. But it said there were fools in Khadur side. Who were the fools? The fools are those people that will laugh at Baba Amar Das Ji. Saying, look at this, look at this person. From the boy side, they were rich, they had everything. Look, they're living off the girl side. They're living off Guru Angad Dev Ji. What, when we, like I said earlier, sometimes when we go to the Guru card, we might get put off by something. Guru Amar Das Ji faced this. Doing so much seva that every single day the Guru gave them a parna, they gave them like a saropa that they wrapped around their head. Don't you think the Guru faced the same ill treatment from certain individuals who Kaviji writes as muraks, upahas, makhol, that make jokes of Guru Sahib Ji. But फिर भी Guru Sahib Ji पी गुर देख न जाए समुद्र सागर होवे बहुखारा. There could be an ocean in front of us of people just slandering us and putting us down, but फिर भी the Sikh will go and see their Guru. No matter what happens, that is the love between the Sikh and the Guru. No matter what comes in my way, I'm still going to serve my Guru. I'm going to stay with my Guru. Pao pagat mein jaag hai nit prata. The Guru is awake every single day in loving devotion. This is very important. Focus on this point, please. Every single day the Guru was awake in loving devotion, and they were asleep in the shackles of the world. What does that mean? It means that when it came to doing their simran, when it came to doing their seva, they were awake, they were alive. When it came to all the problems that they are facing in their life, they were asleep to that. Does that make sense? Myself, I'm the opposite. When I should do Prema Bhakti, I'm worried about this person did do this person did that, this person annoyed me. When I should be doing Prema Bhakti. So the world is awake in the shackles and the world is asleep in Prema Bhakti, love and devotion. The Guru is the opposite. Guru Amar Das is the opposite. Basla Fatata Tana Durlabha Hoyoho Guru Anuragata Re Rangalal. Even though their clothes are ripped, their love for the Guru was solid. After 2 years of seva. Right? So I'm going to finish on this last slide because I went over by 14 minutes when I said 5-10 minutes. These are the last 2 slides. I didn't want to go for the actual Gurta Gaddi because I knew I'd talk forever and we ran out of time. This is after 12 years of seva. Those same people that slandered Guru Amar Das Ji after 12 years now, before they were given the Gurta Gaddi, they said this about Guru Amar Das Ji. They say, Madro Dil Sarir Alapa Ena. Madro he means small in stature. They're talking about Guru Amar Das Ji, their stature, their physical appearance. So this is at the age now of, we're talking about 82 to 83, maybe even 84. right? Because again, this has been 12 years of seva, right? From 72 saal, so talk about maybe 83, 84. Sareer alap in, their body was small, they were tiny, they were saying height, right? Bahar Bridda, very old now, Guru Amar Das Ji. Bal ne hai, jinan ma hai. They didn't have no bal, strength in their body, right? Svet case means a white beard, white hair. All their case had turned white at this time. Tana charama sithal boho. Said that their charam, their skin, their muscles have become sithal. They started to like when it gets all loose skin. So we see that with our elders, right? When they start to get older, the skin starts to become loose. They're saying, this is Guru Amar Das Ji now at 84. But this is the amazing part. Seva sabate adhika karahe. But still they do seva, more seva than anybody else. Everybody that's there that's serving Guru Angad Dev Ji, Fairvi Guru Amar Das Ji does the most seva of everyone. That is our Guru, Guru Amar Das Ji. Before he became the Guru, at the age of, in the 80s still, Guru Amar Das Ji, seva sabate adhika karahe, they're still doing more seva than anybody else. Whether it was raining, whether it was stormy, whether we get ill, whatever happens in our life, anxiety, problems, and we think, I don't want to go do this there, I want to stay away from the world. Those are the days that you need to go to see the Guru. The day you don't want to go and see the Guru is the most important day to go and see the Guru. Every other day, go anyway. But the day you don't want to go is the day you have to go. You have to go. Tika, those are the most important days as well. This is the last slide that I want to finish off because I thought I'll bring it back to Gurbani. Very beautiful Shabad. Je lok salahe ta teri upma. That means that, hey WhyGuru Ji, if people praise me, it is your blessings, it is your greatness, it is all yours. Je ninde ta chhod na jaye. If they slander me, I'll never leave you. Meaning that if I start to walk this path, wherever comes in my way, if it's praise, it's your kirpa, it's your blessings. If it's slander, if it's hate, if it's problems, if it's obstacles, that chhod na jaye. I will never leave you. Guru Amar Das Ji walked this spiritual path, you could say, for 22 years. Right? Of course, you could say the first 60 years as well. After 84 years, they became one with Guru Angad Dev Ji. Right? They became the third Nanak. Right? In that form. Right? Jo to the val rahe, ta koi keho aakho. That if I stay with you, so what? People can say what they want to me. To the visre mar jaye. If I forget you, then I am dead. Right? So as long as we live with our Guru, as long as we keep our Guru in our heart, then we are alive. When that goes, then we just, it comes in Bhavanakri, Mirtaka kehiya hai nanaka, je preet nahi bhagavanta. So the one who doesn't have love for God, they're walking corpses on this world. They're dead bodies walking. Right? So I'll finish off there. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for allowing me to come down as well. Thank you to Baban Singh as well for organising this. It's been, I've really enjoyed this because again, like I said to you earlier, for me, it allows me to live this itihas that brought me into Sikhi like 9 years ago as well. So I wasn't always into Sikhi. It's only when I was 19 I started learning about Sikhi, started keeping my hair, giving up intoxicants and so on. So this itihas is so powerful, it changes everybody's lives. Right? That's how beautiful Sikhi is. We don't need to preach it, we just need to share it. Just share it and people fall in love with Sikhi themselves. So we'll finish off here. Thank you so much. Sorry for going over time. That is my style, right? Which is not good. If you guys need to leave, feel free to. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I got a lovely drive back to sunny London. Okay? WhyGuru Ji Ka Khalsa.